One day, 5,000 years ago, in the land of India, the sons of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Sri Krishna, the young princes of the Yadu dynasty, went for a picnic in the forest. While riding, they all became very thirsty, so they began to look for some water to drink. One of the princes spotted a well. They all rode up, got off their horses, and looked inside to see if there was any water in the well. The boys were surprised to find a large lizard at the bottom of the well. How could he have come to be there? The boys could see that he was trapped, and they felt sorry for him. So they decided to get him out. They tried one thing and then another, but no matter what they tried, they could not get the lizard out of the well. So, temporarily leaving the lizard in the well, the young princes of the Yadu dynasty rode back to Dwarka city. When they returned home to the palace, they told the whole story to their father, Lord Krishna. "We saw a lizard in the well in the forest, Father, and he was this big. We tried to get him out, but couldn't do it." The Supreme Lord Krishna is the friend of all living beings. So he decided personally to go to the well and see what he could do. When he arrived at the well in the forest, he looked inside. Sure enough, the lizard was still there. Krishna wanted to help the poor creature, so he reached in with his left hand and very easily lifted him out of the well. But then a very strange change took place. By the touch of Lord Krishna's hand, the ugly lizard turned into a beautiful demigod from the heavenly planets. His complexion was like molten gold. He wore fine garments and valuable jewels and bracelets and necklaces. The demigod bowed down before Krishna. He touched to the ground his helmet, which was dazzling as the sunshine. In this way, he offered respectful obeisances unto the Lord. "My dear Lord," he said, "I am King Nrga. Nothing can be hidden from you. You, as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, know everything, past, present, and future. Still, you have asked me to explain my history, so I shall tell you the full story. Once, I was a very generous and charitable king. I would give away many valuable cows as presents to the wise and gentle Brahmin priests. In fact, I gave away so many cows that the number was equal to the dust on the earth, the stars in the sky, and the rainfall. In this way, I hope to store up good results for my happiness in my next life. After all, if you do good to others, good comes back to you. And these were not ordinary cows that I gave away. They were full of milk, very peaceful and healthy. Their horns were gold-plated, and their hooves bedecked with silver. I had them covered with fine silk cloth embroidered with pearls. I didn't give these cows in charity to any worthless person in the street. Instead, I gave them to highly qualified and saintly Brahmins. The Brahmins spend all their time teaching people the spiritual purpose of life and how to worship the Supreme Lord. so they have no time to work and must be given in charity. And I gave them not only cows, but also land, gold, houses, horses, and elephants, and even nice clothing and household furnishings and utensils. After I gave the Brahmanas their cows, they left. They were satisfied, and so was I. I knew that by doing good work in this life, I would be happy in the next. Unfortunately, while one of the Brahmins was going home with the cows I had given him, one cow wandered away from the rest, and that cow came back and mixed in with my other cows. Of course, I didn't know this at the time, so by accident, I gave the same cow away to a different Brahmin. Now, while the second Brahmin was taking away the cow, the first Brahmin came up to him and said, "This cow is mine. The king gave it to me. Why are you taking it?" Then the other said, "No, it's my cow. The king gave it to me." They argued for a long time, and then they both came to me and said, "Why have you taken back a cow you gave in charity to a Brahmin?" They were angry with me. A Brahmin's property is sacred. No one can take it, not even a king. To take a Brahmin's property is a very, very dangerous sin. So I said, "I don't know how this has happened. Please stop fighting over this cow. Please give it back to me. Then to make up for this terrible mistake, I will give each of you 100,000 cows. Please, I am simply your servant. If you won't be merciful and agree to this settlement, then I shall fall down into hell, because if you do bad to others, then bad comes back to you." But the Brahmins did not accept my offer. "It's my cow," said the first Brahmin, "and I'm not going to give it up even for 100,000 new ones." And the second Brahmin said, "It's my cow. You gave it to me, and I'm going to keep it." Then both Brahmins left the palace in great anger. Each went his separate way, thinking that I had cheated him. After this unfortunate incident, I died and was taken before Yamaraj, the Lord of Death. Yamaraj said to me, "You did a lot of good things while you were living, so you will be awarded a long, pleasurable life in the heavenly planets in your next life. But you also made some mistakes that you will have to suffer for. So, what would you like first, the pleasure or the pain?" I thought over what Yamaraj had said and then told him, "I'll suffer first, and then I'll be able to enjoy myself peacefully after that." Then, with his mystic power, Yamaraj immediately turned me into a lizard. I had tried so hard to be good, but for one mistake, and that wasn't even my fault, I became a lizard. But due to my past pious activities, I was able to remember who I was. And in spite of being put into that horrible condition of life, I simply spent my days thinking of you, Lord Krishna. I never forgot you. And because I remembered you, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Sri Krishna. I was quickly released from the body of the lizard and given the body of a demigod. My dear Lord, you have given me this body of a demigod, and I am most grateful. But now I am begging that no matter which planet I go to or which form of life I take, I will never forget you. I have learned my lesson. Doing good deeds is not enough. You can make a mistake and suffer. But if you remember Krishna, he will protect you. Then King Nrga boarded an airplane for the heavenly planets. There he would enjoy life, and by remembering Krishna, he would be able to return to the spiritual world and be with Krishna forever. Back in his palace in Dwarka, Lord Krishna instructed his sons, "My dear boys, King Nrga was very powerful and pious, but due to his small mistake of unknowingly taking a Brahmin's cow, he was put into the body of a lizard. So, my dear boys, let this be a lesson to you and to everyone in the world. Do not take, even by mistake, the property of a Brahmin."